Last item today is I will mark boldly as a rumor. It is not reported out. It is not fact yet. It is one dude heard a thing, but the thing is kind of intoxicating, so I want to talk about it.
Okay.
The rumor is HBO Max is looking at making a Batman the Animated Series sequel. They want to continue that forward. Kevin.
Kevin knows something.
I don't know what you're talking about. Look, here, I'll say this. I'm nobody's saying that I am, but I don't want it to seem like, ooh, he's involved. I'm not involved, but I too have heard this. And I've heard this from very reliable people.
Well, then.
And when I heard it, I freaked out. And I heard this I would say a month before you just said it. So I think that's real. I don't think that's a rumor. I think you could start, I wouldn't say set your watch to it, but like it's an idea whose time is not only coming, I think it came and it's smoking a cigarette. I think that's going to happen. And how fucking amazing would that be? Because you can just literally pick up and keep going. It's not like, oh, we got to explain why everyone's older. It's fucking animation, man. Mm-hmm. So you can go right back to those amazing fucking stories. Those stories, those scripts, the run of Batman, the animated series, not only changed animation, it minted a generation of Paul Dini-like writers, people who watched that show and said, that's what's possible in this medium. So you got a lot of fucking great writers to pull from at this point. You know, naturally, we all hope that they go back to the brain trust of Bruce Timm and Paul Dini and Alan Burnett, you know, so forth and so on. But think about all the people, and this ain't me throwing my hat in the ring for a job and shit like that, but I'm saying, think about all the people who grew up watching that for the last 20 plus fucking years, who have become writers themselves. How many writers were made by Heart of Ice, the episode about Mr. Freeze that Paul wrote and stuff? So I would absolutely that to me is a no-brainer. You got HBO Max, you're already doing that amazing Harley Quinn show. Like that, you're printing money if you go back and do Batman the Animated Series. Here, you can't fuck up the legacy. That's for damn sure. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, they went back and did it again and now it's ruined, like the way some people felt about Twin Peaks and shit. You can't fuck it up. There's no reason not to do it. As long as you've got the key creative components, as long as Bruce Timm is involved, wants to be there, fucking go for it, for heaven's sakes, man. And they just came out with, what was it, Batman Son of the Dragon? Is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. And that was Bruce Timm's, right?
I believe it was.
Yeah, because somebody told me about that a long time ago, was the same person that also told me about the animated BTAS reboot potential. So I ain't saying like it's done and contracts have been signed, but like somebody who I know who knows these things, like gave me the old fucking, and I'm like, are you serious? They were like, oh yeah. So we got a fucking happy future ahead of us, man. The 2021 is the year of Masters of the Universe. I'm going to claim that shit right now for me and Mark. But 2022, I feel like that will be the year of Batman the Animated Series, The Return. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah. You know, and whether it's, you know, Bruce Timm, I hope he was involved or could be involved or not. But to your point, there's a generation of storytellers who were influenced by that show who could come to it with that mixture of reverence and sort of discovery that can absolutely be in the spirit of while being a new thing entirely, and still absolutely join up at the end of that train and continue on those stories. And you still have a Mark Hamill who may or may not want to do the Joker. You still have a Kevin Conroy who may or may not want to come back and do Batman. And it can just fall back into place. And that would be amazing to see.
Why wouldn't Mark Hamill do it? I feel like he does it for like hobbies on Twitter these days.
I mean, he you know, is having just spent time with him as Skeletor, the man is incredibly fucking gifted and can really do voiceover in his sleep. However, he refuses to sleep. He's wide awake and giving you 110%. He don't execute. The dude constantly elevates. I can't imagine if they're like, We're getting the old gang back together. We're on a mission from God, that he don't jump in with both fucking feet, man. Like, we're living in a day and age where this kind of shit is possible, where like something, you know, when it was done, he thought they were done. And then all of a sudden they were like, hey, how about some video games? And they're like, oh, all right. And then that blew up into something huge too. But now they got the chance to like just go back and do it all again, make more. I can't imagine him or Kevin would say no. And I mean, scrape away everything else. They got that fucking HBO Max money, man. You know, like, what are they going to say no to that? No way.
So yes, fingers crossed. That would be amazing.
That'd be amazing. I'm, you know what? If I'm a betting man, if that was in the markets, if I played the stock markets and that was a potential stock to buy, I'd buy heavily in Batman the Animated Series reboot. I think that's going to be a reality.